How's it going, guys? This is Etzer here, and we are back with another Geometry Dash bootleg video. This was a big success. You guys seem to really like the first episode, so I figure why not keep it going, keep making new episodes, try to keep making you guys laugh. This episode is going to be a bit different, though. I want to keep experimenting around. This time I'm going to not only look at just the garbage ones, I'm also going to look at the ones that have attempted to take some of Geometry Dash's strong features and actually succeeded to make a good game out of them. So there will still be a lot of terrible games. The first game we're going to be looking at is Geometry Dash Lite. Last time I skipped over it for some reason, although it's the first game that appears on the list of Geometry Dash games that isn't made by RobTop. Geometry Dash Lite, this sounds to me as if they're kind of going for the light version, as if it's the free version of a game. Although, when you look at it, it looks pretty poor. It's very low quality graphics. It has other games, mostly what you'd expect. Smash Hit 2, so just a remake of Smash Hit, I'd assume. Oh god, I'm already getting PTSD right now just looking at Geometry Pokemon Jump Rush. It's interesting to me how a game like this can be 16.45 megabytes, where a game as big as Geometry Dash is actually 46. So maybe it just shows that RobTop's good at optimization, or maybe it just shows that this guy is terrible at optimization. Oh god, I like how we're back to the terrible music once again. I hate calling this terrible, but at this point it's kind of like using time leaper in a video game. It's just, why would you use it? It's so commonly used. It's just, stop. Okay, Geometry Lite. Let's check it out. I feel like a trend with these games is their titles are different in every single place. Oh, what? Why do I need to connect to Google Play Games? Are there... No. No. Why? No. I don't want... Oh my god. I don't want to have to connect my account to these terrible games. I don't see the need, truly. The music, I don't know if you guys probably can't tell because of my voiceover and stuff, but the music is really distorted. There's no death sound effect. It feels like this game could have been cobbled together in a couple minutes, really. Like you could definitely do this in a couple minutes. Oh great, I died. Oh boy, this again. But just in time for the holiday season, we get Christmas ads. Oh boy. Let's see. Wait a sec. What? It played an ad and it didn't crash. I would give that game a solid 2.5 out of 10 for at least not crashing when you play an ad. Granted, I shouldn't have played an ad at all there. There just shouldn't be ads in these games. But I mean, at least it wasn't terrible. The next game we're going to be looking at is Dub Dash. This is actually a very good game. I've tried this before. If you guys remember Darnock, he played it on his channel. It's a good game, actually. I already know kind of what to expect going into it. The reason I put this under Geometry Dash Bootlegs is because one of the things he does mention is it features a soundtrack including DJs from Geometry Dash, and the name is Dub Dash, so it kind of implies that in a way he wants some of the fame from Geometry Dash to come to his game. I'm still kind of confused why this game needs my camera, my microphone. I don't see the need for any of these things. Alright, so going straight into the game. So I don't totally remember how the controls work. Oh yeah, so you tap on a certain side to avoid certain side obstacles. That makes sense. The graphics I find were really cool. I like the whole 3D stuff. I think that's something that Geometry Dash doesn't have that this game adds. I actually enjoy this because I feel like this game actually adds more to the Geometry Dash concept than any other games I've seen so far. It's on a 3D plane, which is already different, and the graphics don't attempt to be Geometry Dash graphics. Especially if you notice the icon in the game and that type of thing, it's not going for a Geometry Dash look. It's just going for its own new look, which I like. This is barely even a bootleg. This is someone who put a lot of time into their... Fuck, I died. There's good and bad in it, no doubt. I'm getting to the point where it's a good enough game that I see it on the same level as Geometry Dash. I see it being a good game to the point where I am critiquing the minor things, so that's a plus. But then the minor things that I am critiquing, the game, some of the gameplay, like this is just boring. I don't really want to do this. I'm guessing it'll probably be better in the later levels, because this isn't very fun. But I'm assuming the later levels will be more fun, because this isn't very fun. So one of the things I've noticed about the graphics is they kind of pride themselves in being epileptic. The developer mentions that they're very colorful. They're very colorful, can cause seizures if you're prone to that sort of thing. In my personal opinion, I don't think anything that causes seizures should be something to take pride in. You can definitely make a game colorful and not have the level be terrible. So, perfect example, Hyperdrive by Etzer, that level is just garbage. Look at all that epilepsy. But then, a level like Shitty 8-0, the colors there is just blue. It doesn't hurt your eyes. There's not even any decorations. It's just really good. So, in general, I think that level is one of the better levels in the game. Oh, here we go. Fuck yeah. 3 achievements. Alright. So in this level, I believe they introduced flying mechanic. So we'll take a look at that. The hard part is right now I cannot tell where my ship is pretty much. Like, I don't know if those platforms will kill me or not. It's kind of difficult to tell. Assuming Geometry Dash is a 10 on the bootleg scale, I'd put Dub Dash at about an 8.5. Just mostly because it's a good game on its own, although it does have some copied features, I feel, and its graphics and its features could be a little bit better. It could add a level editor, of course. It could do stuff like that would make it just at the same level as Geometry Dash, but definitely keep making that game, keep updating it. It looks really good. Now that we've gotten Dub Dash out of the way, we're going back to the terrible bootlegs. Starting off with Geometry Dash, impossible jump. Jump and fly your way through danger in this rhythm-based action platformer. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty positive that is the exact description used in the actual Geometry Dash. Jump and fly your way through danger in this rhythm. Oh my god. RobTop spelled rhythm wrong. Jump and fly your way through danger in this rhythm-based action platformer. So I think RobTop needs to fix this, because jump and fly your way through danger in this rhythm-based action platformer. He spelled rhythm wrong. So I'm going to give Geometry Dash, the official Geometry Dash, as a bootleg, I'll give it about a 3 out of 10 just for this terrible grammar. Back to Geometry Dash Impossible Jump. Of course, it's powered by Unity. What? Is it starting? What? Oh, okay. That was just an intro. So just to kind of get an idea of what the gameplay would be like. So I'm hyped now. Let's get right into play. I hate to say this again, but just stop putting ads in these games. You're not going to make money off of it. This has 100 downloads. You were going to make 2 cents at most. I might have just given you a penny. You can probably go out on the street and just find one. And that would be more worth your time than making this shitty game. Seriously, just stop putting ads in your game. What the hell? Seriously. Stop putting... Okay, let's just jump into it. Oh my god. No, this is so bad. Oh, 2. I got 2. You've got to be kidding me. I've been playing for 30 seconds and I've gotten 4 ads. And the only time I've played, I've died in the worst possible way. There's also an ad down here if you didn't notice. So I've been exposed to like 7 or 8 ads already. And this game's so laggy I can't. Okay, kind of got farther. Okay, keep going. Doing well. The jumping is just terrible. You jump way too. What am I? Alright, I'm done with this game. I'll give that a 0 out of 10. That was just awful. I've already kind of dug myself a grave because I've gave a lot of games 0 out of 10, and that game was honestly one of the worst games I've ever played. So after playing Geometry Dash Impossible Jump and being exposed to truly one of the worst bootlegs I've ever seen in my life, I've decided that ranking things out of 0 out of 10 isn't low enough to give games like this. This is worse than a 0 out of 10. By the standards I've been ranking everything else by, this would be in the negatives, no doubt about it. So I've decided instead that I am going to put each game onto a Google Doc list so that every single game will be ranked from the best bootleg to the worst bootleg that I've reviewed so far. So games like Dashy Square and stuff I won't put on the list yet because I haven't reviewed them yet. But everything else I'll put on this list, and you can see the total order from the worst to the best bootlegs. So this is probably taking the number 1 worst game on there right now. This was just terrible. The next game we're going to play is Geometry Surfer's Jungle Run by Sense Game. More exciting and challenging in Jungle Run. Play now. You can have Facebook sharing. Totally free. Suitable for family, including kids. So already I'm getting a great feeling about this game. Let's jump right into the preview pictures. We've got Jungle Adventure with capital Rich. Start here, leaderboard share. Exotic graphic. And then we have another one, Exciting. And I can't really read what it says in the background, but it appears as if there's some kind of story to the game. So it's an interesting story of geometry. This is exciting. And then there's High, challenging obstacles. And then the last one is Multiple. And then there's Multiple, interesting scenes. So I don't even know. And then there's Hooray, win, you are the hero. So I think the idea is to get the girl cube. So I'm excited to play. I want to get the girl cube. Geometry Surfers. Geometry Tom and Sister Caddy lived in a village with family. One day they went to a mystery jungle. So there's a story to this one. So I'm going to get out my story voice and we're going to start. Oh, there is no story. Oh, there is no story. My bad. I'll probably hate myself for saying this later, but the falling cubes are kind of exciting. The jumping isn't terrible. It's kind of a suspenseful game, I suppose. I don't think that's supposed to. Oh, see, now I have to eat my words because I literally have played this. I've played 4 rounds. I've played for probably 3 minutes, and I'm already getting an ad. I don't think people understand. These games get no downloads. You do not need advertisements on your videos. See, so I think it's every other game you play, it's just an ad. Let's test that. I'm going to just die right away because that apparently kills you, and then I'm just going to die again. And ad. Yep. Toy Blast. Just in time for Christmas. I guess I give Geometry Surfers like a 2.5 out of 10. Arrow Rush Geometry by Tac Tick Tuck Studio. Fly and avoid the geometry cubos and get you energy. Very interesting. Geometry Arrow Fast and rush you speed. Reach high score. Tap screen or trackball to Geometry Dash and jump to avoid obstacles in your adventure world. Control the geometry and collect as many energy, fool. Simple game rule for kids and adults, but it's surprisingly challenging. How to play. On touch control. Tap screen for jump the arrow geometry. Flappy the arrow. Pull the fuel. Tic-tac-tuck studio. This has 10,000 downloads, so I'm expecting really good things out of this. despite the description, I predict this will be pretty good. Terrible. So we got play and we got play flap. Let's start with play. So it appears as if I'm a ship. It's got really slow controls. It's like it's really hard to control. Oh boy. I feel like I'm just going to go off the screen at any second because it's impossible to pull up and go back down. Okay, so I've also noticed I've got this fuel meter at the top. If I run out of fuel, do I die? I'm just going to keep clicking, see what happens. I'm going to try to run out of fuel and see what happens. Comic Sans and Arial aren't really necessarily the two best video game fonts, but I suppose they work. I guess. Oh, I'm out of fuel. I'm dead. Okay. So if you run out of fuel, apparently you die. Of course, an ad. I just want to get to the screen. This is bullshit. Why does it... This game does not need to load. Look, there's two... How does it need to load that? Why do you need to show me an ad when it just needs to load these two things? So this is even worse, because this is Flappy Bird and Geometry Dash all packaged into something a 5th grader could draw on MS Paint. Arrow Rush Geometry Dash gets a 1 out of 10. Finally, the last game we're going to be looking at today is Geo Ninja Craft 99 by Tamo. The popular Geo Ninja Craft has tripled in satisfaction in this new version. 100,000 downloads. This better be super good. Geo Ninja Craft introduces two approach as it integrated in Racing and Geometry Dash. A unblocked level and a jungle level have been added to create a much richer Geometry Ninja Craft experience. That was a sentence. It is still a fast-paced ninja climbing game where your goal is to rise and run as high as you possibly can, this time while avoiding new, more treacherous enemies. Our goal is to continue to consistently release new levels for this game. Launches in the app. Geo Ninja Craft, be fast enough. So, despite the name clearly appearing to be some kind of Geometry Dash skin, it appears as if it's one of those climbing games. It mentions something about new treacherous enemies. So far I've only seen blocks. Oh, here we go. New treacherous enemies. Looking for new treacherous enemies. I can't really seem to find anything. I think the things, really what ends up confusing me the most about this game is how it's essentially just ninjump. The icon is a Geometry Dash icon. And then the pictures, there's a gelatin cube pushing a donkey. There is a gelatin cube awkwardly winking at you with the Geo Ninja Craft 99 logo. So that's always cool. And for some reason it's reflected onto some kind of sand. And then there is a really poorly drawn ninja Geometry Dash cube with a Geometry Dash background. So these three images give you a pretty good idea of what's going to be in the game. That's going to do it for this episode of Geometry Dash Bootlegs. I'll continue doing this in the future. Most likely episode 3 will be a solo episode where I only review Dashy Square. It's been requested a ton, especially by the developer. The developer is an interesting character, I would say. And I have some good ideas, some good jokes planned for the video. I think some people believe the game is something that it's not. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to smash that